Hello, good morning. Welcome to Better Life. I'm Dr. Ayuakinshete. And today we are going to continue with the series we began yesterday, Exploits of Ordinary People. Exploits of Ordinary People. Today I want to emphasize one fact, and I want to split it in two ways. Number one, be responsible for your exploits. Be responsible for your exploits. And number two, exploit is not for lazy people. Exploit is not for lazy people. We have been talking about the fact that it's not great men who do great things. It is ordinary people that do great things. It's ordinary men who do mighty things. Ordinary men with extraordinary passion. Ordinary men with great passion. They are the ones who make great things happen. Some people, they have condemned themselves to mediocrity because they believe they are not a part of those who can make wonderful things happen, who can make mighty things happen, because they look at themselves as ordinary. That's why that title is this way. From the title, I want your mind to change. Mighty achievement is not for great people. Great men were once ordinary, but they had extraordinary dreams, extraordinary passion, extraordinary responsibility. And then they turned their world upside down. And then suddenly they had exploits around their lives. Now, the first thing I want to emphasize today, please don't wait to know everything before you start doing something. Don't wait to see everything before you start doing something. If it is something you have seen, if it is 1 out of 10, start taking steps. Stop waiting to know and see the next 10 steps. Stop waiting to know and see the next 20 steps. Stop waiting to know and see the next 17 steps before you take the first step. Take the one step before you. Follow that singular idea in your heart. Do the one thing you know. Do it right now. Every step you take opens you up to the next one. Every button you press opens you up to the next one. Then a number of steps taken in faith suddenly will yield great outcome. A number of steps taken in faith will suddenly yield exploits. That's how it happens. If you read 1,001 biographies, 1,001 stories of successful men, this was how it started. One step after the other, one step after the other, one idea after the other. A simple idea here, a simple idea there. They kept taking steps, and then suddenly they took one step that looked like the biggest one, and then something mighty happens. They have been taking simple steps. It's just like somebody who wants to break a rock. You hit it over and again. It's not the first blow that breaks the rock. It is all the blows. And then maybe after the 29th blow, boom, the rock splits into either into two or into several parts. It was not the 29th blow that broke the rock. No. It's all the blows. It's all the hits. But one hit after the other. One hit after the other. You can't have 29 hits at once. You can't have 100 hits at once. You keep hitting one by one after the other. And then boom, the miracle happens. God wanted to create a man in a beautiful earth. He started from somewhere. And then for 6 days, he was making things happen little by little. And by the 6th day, it was very good. Very good. Very good. That is how to do exploits. That's how to be responsible for your exploit. You must keep taking steps one after the other. One after the other. One after the other. John chapter 14 and verse 12 today. John chapter 14 and verse 12. John chapter 14 and verse 12. Jesus said, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believes on me, the works that I do, he shall do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. I want to read again. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth in me, the works that I do, shall he do also. So you will do the greater works. If you don't attempt greater works, angels won't do it for you. Angels will help you only when you make moves. God's power will attend to you only when you attempt things. It is time to step out. It is time to attempt things. It is time to take the first step. It's time to take the next step. It's time to dust those ideas and those dreams and do something about them. The spirit and the bridegroom says it is time to take steps, small steps, great steps. Just take a step. Take a step. Take a step. You can't arrive if you don't take a journey. The fastest journey starts with the first step. Take steps about that new business. Yeah. Make a move. Make a move about that lady and propose. You have been befriending for how long now? You have had a few days. It's time to propose. That means if you prepare to be mad for 20 years, when are you going to really be mad? Many of us, we are taking too much time in preparation, that the time we should have taken in being responsible to take steps, we keep writing things, we keep thinking and keep planning. Plan quickly. Stop giving planning as excuse. Make your plans on time and take steps. It's good to plan, but don't die planning. It's good to make plans, but don't spend too much time in planning. Execution is the glory of planning. Take steps. Make a move. Make deposit for that land. Start buying materials on your site. No matter how big the house may be, you will start from somewhere. I remember the first step I took to have a house was to lay foundation. In fact, the money I had couldn't finish the foundation, but I went all the way, laid the foundation, and then somewhere along the line a miracle happened. Somebody had that laid foundation and gave me a loan. What if I didn't lay the foundation? That person would not have been moved to give me a loan. He gave me a loan that almost finished the house and told me, just pay as you like. Put a little interest, but don't kill yourself. And then I was paying little by little for 4 years. He made it easy. But you see, the assistance came because I made the move. If I didn't lay the foundation, it will not be moved to give me a loan to finish it. Listen carefully. What you don't start, you will not finish. What you don't start, God will not help you finish. What you don't start, God will not help you conclude. The Bible said about Paul and his companion, he said, the long time therefore abode they, preaching boldly, and God working with them, confirming their words with signs and wonders. They were preaching boldly, and God working with them. God walk with workers. God move with movers. He walks with workers. God walks with workers. God moves with movers. If you are not responsible, you are not a candidate for exploits. If you don't break the jinx of laziness, you are not a candidate for exploit. Exploit is not for lazy people. Mighty achievement is not for lazy people. It's for ordinary people who can be passionate. It's for ordinary people who can be responsible. Don't run from your responsibility. Don't trash your responsibility. Don't push your responsibility to another person. No. Responsibilities can be transferred. Even if people pray for you, you have to pray for yourself. No matter how much wealth your parents left for you, you still have to labor to multiply it, so that you too can live times 1,000 for your children. You can't transfer your responsibility. You can't. And then in the midst of all of this, don't forget that you have to talk to God. Psalm 37 and verse 5. Psalm 37 and verse 5. Commit your ways unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and it shall bring it to pass. Commit your ways to the Lord. Trust also in him, and it shall bring it to pass. Pray about the steps you hope to take every day. As we are making plans, be praying on the plan. Yeah. As we are drafting your plan, be talking to God about them. But don't forget, prayers without making moves equals 0. Because faith without works is dead. Make a move to reconcile with your separated wife. Make a move to reconcile with your separated husband. Don't conclude it can't happen. Don't conclude she can't forgive you. Don't conclude he cannot forgive you. Make a move first. Make a move. Yeah. I've seen women who cheated. And after some time, they made move to reconcile, and their husband took them back. I've seen men who committed blunders, and then they made moves, and their women reconciled with them. There is nothing impossible if you can make moves. In this year alone, God can take you from penury to millions if you can make moves. Great things happen when we do what we can do with prayers. Great things happen when we do what we can do with prayers. Like I've always told my parishioners, if you can't do it with prayers. Yeah. If you can't achieve it, you will achieve it with prayers. Commit your ways to the Lord. Commit your ways to the Lord. Commit your ways to the Lord, and He will prosper it. Don't just take steps. What are your actions with prayers? You pray before the actions, you pray during the action, you pray after the action. Prayer must be a part of the entire chain, the entire responsibility chain. And prayer is even part of the responsibility. Pray all the way. It's not enough to tell God before taking steps. Talk to Him about what is happening daily as you make moves. Tell Him your fears. Hand them over to Him. That's the simple cycle that bad exploit. You pray, you make plans, you pray on the plans. You take steps and you pray as you take the steps. And then after taking the step, you return back to God and pray again. Let Him know how far you have gone. Let Him know your fears. Tell Him everything. One of the things I have discovered about life is that when you decide to progress, you will stir up indignation among your enemies. Merely deciding to move forward, you are going to attract enemies. That's why you need God in the journey. That's why you need God in the process of exploits, in the process of achieving big. You need God. And don't be afraid to pray, and don't be ashamed to pray. Yeah. Pray all the way. Pray all the way. Pray all the way. The more you pray, the less your fear. The more you pray, the less your fear. The more you pray, the less your fear. Basically, prayer involves God in your everyday step towards exploit. Prayer involves God in your everyday step towards exploit. Prayer involves God in everything you do. It does. It does. This will transform your life. Be responsible for your exploits. Be responsible for your exploits. Be responsible for your exploits. They that know their God shall be strong and do exploit. Daniel 11 verse 32b. They that know their God shall be strong and do exploits. They shall be strong and do exploits. They shall be strong and do exploits. They shall be strong and do exploits. And if you know God, you will know God is not lazy. If you know God, you will know God is a God of responsibility. When He wants something done, He will go all out. All out. All out. You should become like God. Go all out. Jesus said, I must walk the works of Him who sent me while it is day, for the night cometh when no man can walk. I must walk. That's the language of responsible people. That's the language of men who must do exploits. That's the language of men who must achieve great things. It's your turn to become great. It's your turn to do exploits. It's your turn to achieve success. And I want to have a toast to that. So a toast to you this morning, to your exploit, to your greatness, in Jesus' name. I'm going to stop here. In case you need someone to talk to, we're always here for you. The number to call or send SMS to 070 56 66 76 86. I love you.